Hello to my Geminis. All right, Geminis. I thank you all. It looks like you get two videos today. But it's really your. This is your. It gives the appearance that you get two videos today. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back to my Geminis. All right, Geminis. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards, Geminis. Let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what's in your cards, Geminis. Let's go. All right, so this video is for the 6th through the 13th of November. That's right, 6th through the 13th of November. So the moon is moving from, for those of you all who like the moon phases and who are familiar with keeping up with the moon phases, the moon is moving from has moved from Sagittarius into Capricorn. So, and the 6 is a very nurturing number. So you want to only nurture things that you don't want to hold on to anything that's stressing you out, just in lay terms. So, all right, let's get into it. Geminis. All right, here we have 7 of Wands. Here we also have the 3 of Wands. Here we also have the 6 of Wands. Here we also have the 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and Justice card, right? So 7, right? So something is already complete. Here's the 3 of Wands. Something is complete. So, and then we also have the 6 of Wands, right? 6. We were talking about the number 6, right? So 7 and 3 is 10. 10 is the number for instant manifestation. Keep your vibrations high, right? Number 10. Speak only into existence what you want to return back to you, right? Here we also have the 9 of Wands, right? So something, you've come through this long and arduous journey, right? See these like little tiny buds coming out of these sticks here. Whatever you went through, it just didn't produce a whole lot of results, right? So the arguing, the conflict, the whatever it is, confusion you just came out of, the spiritual beliefs about whatever you had, whoever you were connected with, it didn't produce a whole lot of results. The gossiping, the conversations about whatever you were having a conversation about, it did not produce whatever type of spirit you were carrying about something or somebody did not produce growth, right? 9 means end it. If you want to grow your money, it needs a whole new motivation. You need to be around a whole new different group of energies. In other words, if you didn't learn your lesson before, you need to be around a whole new different group of people. Here's a Justice card. Stop being confused. In other words, just stop being. It's 2 types of energy. Sources saying you've been motivated being around the wrong type of people. Somebody has just been around the wrong type of people. Just keep going along with everybody else's flow. And so there's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Libra could be involved in something. It could be Earth energies, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo could be involved in something. But source is saying, see this person right here standing on the bank of something. Speaking of bank, right? Source is saying it's a sea of opportunity, other types of energies that you are out there. Sea of opportunity you can create opportunities with. But somebody is saying somebody has just been motivated by being around the wrong types of energies. And so somebody's gonna have to it's time to get back in the saddle. Your sword energy is sword. This sword right here. Time to cut some energies off. Somebody has been connected to vain, vengeful, green with envy spirits for far too long. And it's time to number 7 it. It's time to stop asking why, how come people don't get it. Somebody's been asking, we're on the dark side of the number 7. You've been in the dark for too long. Dark side of emotions for too long. It's like somebody's for you all to be, you all are an incredibly smart sign, Gemini. You're ruled by Mercury, which is about to go pre-shadow retrograde. And if you're watching the video on the 5th, I believe it goes pre-shadow retrograde on the 7th, right? 7th of November. Mercury is the knowledge and learning, it's the communication and messenger planet. But a portion of that is knowledge and learning. Somebody does not ask enough questions based on the energies that you're around. You just go with the flow. You just go with the flow. Especially if it's family, especially if you feel like, okay, the conversation is flowing, it's like, okay, if it's about money, somebody's just going along with the flow. Source is saying now something else is involved. Now somebody's like, oh, now all the questions are coming out. So that's what Source is trying to tell you is like, now somebody is somebody is saying, okay, you can defend your decision to move on from two energies without coming across as defensive. Now somebody's like, okay, now, somebody's awake. Now somebody had a lightning strike. Like the number 7 is connects us with the Tower card by way of the number 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is a like lightning bolt. Like somebody just had this lightning strike awakening. Like, okay, some kind of an awakening now. So now these two energies you were once indecisive about, now it's okay. Now, okay. So, yeah. So the Source is saying to you, it's somebody, yeah. So number 7. Like I said, you'll be able to defend your decision to move on from something without even asking the question why anymore. Okay, it's complete now. It makes sense. I like didn't get it before. I'm clear. I'm so crystal clear. I can't even. It literally is like somebody got struck by lightning. That's what this is right here. Like somebody got struck by lightning. Now it's complete. What didn't make sense before, it makes sense. So here we have the Moon card, right? Somebody didn't believe something before, you believe it now. The number 3 looks like lips, right? So you were born to inspire. 3s. You were born to inspire, right? And Source put a vision inside of you, right? So, and it came in a dream. Your vision came in a dream very, very early on. Like if somebody goes back through like their childhood, Source kept giving you visions. Like somebody, it's like Source will keep giving you visions. Like Source will tell you ahead of time through dreams, okay? Source gave you a vision that you would be financially independent very early on. But the energies that you were around basically kept putting you in this struggle mentality, this struggle mode, right? Like I said, you all are incredibly smart. And you all already know that, but you all are incredibly smart. You all love to read. You love to learn. You're sponges for knowledge, right? You love to travel, all of that. But somehow the message traveled to your mind, like through the air, that people don't believe you. They don't believe in you. So somebody started telling people, I believe I could do such and such, right? Oh, I don't believe that. So you got around these energies that were vain, vengeful, green with envy, and they started becoming familiar, Gemini. I don't know who I'm talking to when I say this. People started becoming familiar with, all they had to do was, as soon as you start saying you believe in yourself, was to extinguish your flame and you would move on to something else. That's all it took. That's all. It was that easy for your loved ones to say, and these are it for family members who were familiar with, as soon as they say, like let's say for instance you said, As we said, this person standing here in a garden. Let's say you wanted to. Let's say your school went on a field trip, and you say, hey, you wanted to grow fruit in a garden. Let's say you said one day. Let's say you were inspired or motivated by you saw, like, let's say your school went on a field trip, and you went to a farmer's market, right? Which is pretty cool. You go to a farmer's market, usually they have like pets there, they have like all kinds of stuff. You go to a farmer's market, they have like different types of fruits, veggies, indoors, outdoors, that kind of stuff. Different people there selling a lot of different things. And you say, oh, when I grow up, I want to have that. All it would have taken for somebody in your family to say, oh, they don't believe in that kind of stuff, right? Your mind would have instantly gone off into something else, right? They didn't believe it, you didn't believe it. So, being around those types of energies for you who become familiar with your dreams, like familiar spirits for you, are not the type of spirits you need to be around, just so you know, as a mutable sign in your personal or your professional life, because they quickly show you that they see you as competition. You're so busy looking for what you have in common. We're related, we work for the same company, we look alike, we share what we have in common, whatever you have in common. As soon as they start going into what your differences are, that should be a red flag for somebody. I mean, obviously everybody has differences, right? But they're not celebrating the differences. Everybody has differences. But Source is saying when they're not celebrating the differences, that needs to be a flag for somebody. That's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do. That's what somebody's trying to help you learn how to do. Right? Here's the Lover's card. So that's when you need to make a decision. This is your card right here. So in other words, they start comparing how you make your money, right? And seeing it as something bad. So in terms of like in this situation right here, spirituality, let's say for instance, you not necessarily even watch, you're watching tarot, obviously, if you're watching this channel, but let's say, for instance, you have a yoga studio. Let's say you have a yoga studio, and you say, oh, I'm about to open up a yoga studio, right? And they don't believe, for instance, in yoga, right? They go right into trying to destroy it. They find they will go to all lengths to learn about yoga to try to destroy it. To now all of a sudden you went from pure excitement about opening up your yoga studio to you're now finding you went from you can see yourself, your yoga studio is full every week, you're getting flyers together, but that's the goal. The goal is to extinguish your beliefs, to make you believe what they believe. That is the goal. That's a part of spell work. And so that's what Source is trying to teach somebody to learn, like, okay, get away from I think people call them like dream stealers, right? I think that's what some people call them. And so that's what Source is saying, get as far away from them, because it's mirror magic. They're trying to project what they see about themselves onto you. That's what they are projecting that onto you. That's what they see when they look in the mirror. That darkness they see in themselves onto you. So it's just saying, cut it off immediately. Because when you look in the mirror, you saw this vision of like, oh my God, I'm opening up my yoga studio. I'm so excited. I'm seeing me aligning myself with this. I'm seeing my business connections. I'm seeing such and such. So you're going to have to number 9 it. You're going to have to end it immediately. So here's the Justice card. Don't do any justice to yourself anymore. You're leaving them both behind. Those two types of energies behind, because that's a demonic tie. That's a demonic tie. So they're both chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty. It's misery loves company. We hear it all the time. But this is a form of dark mirror magic. What they see in the mirror when they look at themselves is not what you see in the mirror when you look at you. So you even talking to them is invoking a nightmare for you, and you don't even know it. Yeah, 10 of Wands. So instead of you being booked and busy, you feel like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, because every time you talk to them, even certain words are spells. You don't even realize it. You feel like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Here's a Strength card. Yep. And you don't even have to talk to them directly. It could be connected to somebody that is connected to them. So if, for example, Gemini, it could be, let's say for instance, let's say you and your best friend, let's say you and a sibling are really, really close, but they have a friend that has a very jealous spirit, right? Who you've been trying to tell your sister or your sibling, hey, that friend, they don't really mean you well. And your sibling is like, well, you just don't like them. You don't like them. And you're like, it's not that I don't like them. You don't see what I see on them, right? And they just refuse to see it. But every single time you connect with your sibling, every single time without fail, they sound more and more negative, just like the person they're attached to. Because they're now developing more and more of that spirit. It's like literally more and more that spirit is taking over. So they start to mirror that same spirit to now you don't even recognize your sister or your brother, whoever they are, right? So now it becomes a nightmare to even talk to them. Now y'all not talking. So that has taken over that entire spirit. And that's exactly what the goal was. That was the goal. The goal was for you all to stop talking to each other. That was the goal. And you didn't see it. Felt blindsided, completely blindsided. Two of Swords. So that's why you go into spiritual warfare. That's why you go right into prayer warrior mode. Here's the Sun card. Here's Page of Swords here. That's how family members are stolen from each other. That's how people's identities are stolen from each other, because you start to take on, you don't even see it happening. You don't even see it happening. You're like, okay. That's why I talk about keeping your vibration so high on my channel so much, because people don't, it's like I said, the devil is very crafty. Don't even see it happening. Page of Swords. All right? So whatever anxiety you may have been having about a situation is going to be going away very, very soon. That's what I say. I see you being booked and busy and not burdened and bitter, because I see you taking a leap of faith forward, not racing away from something in fear. A leap of faith forward, right? Not feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's not your responsibility to carry their weight on your shoulders. That was something they put on their own shoulders. They're carrying that weight on their own shoulder. That's not your weight to carry. So when you take a leap of faith, you're like, I'm looking back. Y'all chose to be lost. You chose to be lost on your own. I'm number 7. I'm not at an impasse. I'm very clear, right? Your wishes are being fulfilled. You're like, you very clear. So here's the 9 of Cups here. 9 of Cups here. Yeah. 9 of Cups. So you have a lot of ideas. It's like you're just been an open book, right? So you have a lot of ideas, and so about a lot of things. And that you're motivated by, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to move forward, right? And so with those ideas, you're just not motivated by the same things that other people are motivated by, especially when you're trying to grow your business. Somebody's trying to grow their business. You've learned how to heal your spirit. You've learned how to heal your spirit, so you're not in survival mode. You're trying to grow healthy relationships. A lot of your, like I said, wishes are being fulfilled. So here we have the Four of Pentacles. So you're being very conservative with your time/money. Being very conservative, with your time. So here we have the Knight of Cups here. So you're not, somebody's definitely not looking for somebody to save them. You could have love coming across your path, but you're not looking for somebody to save you. We're not each other's savior. We're not. So you're moving past the disappointment. It's like somebody woke up one night and said, you're moving on from the disappointment. Or even feelings of abandonment. You're just moving on past that, right? You just moved on past it. So your head and heart are not at war with each other, right? That's not something you're not getting looped into. It's like the infinity symbol, like I'm just like, oh my God, what, you're not confused. This is a death rebirth card. So there's definitely a rebirth happening here. Death rebirth happening here. So something is whenever the moon moves through Scorpio, and I talk about the moon phases a lot if you've been tuned into my channel. So that whenever the moon moves through Scorpio, that's a time of putting together that's a deeply transformative time actually for everybody to put together really a list. I talk about lists a lot too. Like put together just kind of a list of all unhealthy and wounded emotions surrounding relationships and the energy of money. The energy of money, like really living within your means, below and within your means, being very conservative. What are you motivated by? Who are you around, right? What are you around? What are you motivated by? Who are you around, right? Here we have the Two of Wands here, right? So I do see someone traveling. So I see, so you may be traveling by yourself. Yeah, you may be traveling by yourself. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Definitely see you being down to earth, and I see you relatable. Being down to earth and being quite relatable. And again, tossing some things into a burning bowl. Two situations in particular, you're tossing some things into a burning bowl and doing a sunbathing, like cleansing by the sun. That could be like somebody who's on their deck, their balcony, taking a drive, outside in the sun. That could be a drive in the car, right? That's light outside during the day. That's sun. That's sunbathing. You don't have to be on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're see at the end of a long journey. Yeah, at the end of a long journey. Yeah. And I see somebody being successful. Yeah. I definitely feel like there's some energies that just kind of wanted you to make some things all about them. Some energies that just wanted you to make some things, or whoever these energies are, they want you to make everything about them. You're going to emotionally feel like you hit the jackpot. Emotionally. I feel like you just hit the jackpot. Definitely feel like, some energies, whoever these energies are, hold on, let's put the 9 here. Probably felt like you were doing so much, you were so busy multitasking that you were going to miss something. This is the 3 of, like you were on the dark side of the number 3. Like you were so busy inspiring and motivating people that you were going to miss something, Gemini. That somehow you were going to miss something. So busy traveling, so busy motivating, so busy this and that you had on blindfolds. That you were gonna miss the nightmare that they were creating for you. Somebody was definitely putting you in a nightmare, creating a nightmare for you. right? Somebody had decided to create a nightmare for you, but do the mirror work and trust your first mind. But somebody failed at stealing your identity. You're dealing with a succubus energy, but treat yourselves to a spa day. You're protected by angels, right? Make a list of pros and cons. You're protected and loved. It's time to heal your wounded self, right? So find out what your Chiron is, Chiron. One yes from God was all you needed, but somebody wants to call, but they haven't changed. They want the best for you, but pray and meditate. You have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things clearly now, but it's all becoming clearer. And so time to ground yourselves. And Angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, is with you. And so adjust your crown. Your well of joy is within you. And somebody really misses you. But yeah. And so I see you being booked and busy, not even bitter and burdened. But somebody hasn't been completely honest with you. But your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And healed people just move differently. If somebody's ex wants to return. But that is how somebody can literally come in and not just physically steal your identification, but spiritually steal a person's their identity. So be careful of your loved ones. Pray for them, Gemini, because when you warn loved ones about who they're dating, their friends, and all of that, and they are just determined that is not, oh, no, and they're just like, and you start to see, okay, they taking on their spirit, and they're just like, no, and they start being disrespectful and stuff. That's source say, okay, you go straight into prayer warrior mode, because source is going to start showing you stuff. Stuff will pop up on videos. You're like, oh my God, let me start checking this, let me start checking that, let me start reaching out, let me start paying attention, right? Let me start slowing down, and let me start paying attention, right? Let me start paying attention. So you have a lot of angels around you watching you. You have a lot of angels, protecting and watching you. Inner child, allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Yeah. So you're definitely dealing with the type of energies who are looking for people to save them, right? Looking for people to save them, right? But yeah, so somebody's getting ready to start possibly traveling by themselves, right? So love, I am connected to all love and all light. I welcome all forms of authentic love into my life. I deserve to love and be loved. I love myself as I am. All is love and I am loved. I approve of myself. I am enough. My heart is full of love. I share love with those around me. Right? I share love with those around me. I share love with those around me. Right? So yeah, there's a person who was just an open book, just like I said, just talking, like, oh, they so busy. Basically, what's the other side of Gemini? Must be Virgo. Basically somebody, and then the polarity to Pisces is also Virgo. So that's what this has in common here. Speaking of you all being a Gemini, what you have in common is that as well, right? So basically somebody was basically like, you're a hermit, you never really come out the house, you're so busy, like you would just miss something, right? You would miss something. So here we have abundance. So hopefully somebody kind of like really slows down and start paying attention to some things, right? Start paying attention, get out the house a little bit. Source puts it on your house, put it on your heart, like start checking your emails, start checking your identification, start checking, like make sure, start checking things. Start checking everything. Start checking everything. Start checking everything. Here's the devil card again, right? Because some energies are definitely chained to, it's two of them, they're definitely chained. You got a double this card, double this justice card, double the devil card, double sun card there. There's the Queen of Swords here. So it says time for you to sit yourself on your throne and carefully vet your thoughts. Yeah. Start about getting conservative, you know, with your time. That means put together a calendar. Like don't overextend yourself. Put together a calendar. Get out the house, get some sun, you know, run some errands, do some things. If some thoughts come across your mind, put everything on pause. Stick to your calendar. Stick to your schedule. Stick to your schedule. Like I said, be conservative with your time, both in your personal and your professional life, right? Here's this. Again, you'll be able to defend your decision to move on from some things without even coming across as defensive, right? You're dealing with some very jealous spirits, very jealous. Here's the Knight of Cups here. That's how somebody's going to save themselves. They'll save themselves a nightmare dealing with these types of energies. Yep. There's the Five of Cups. Save yourselves. Be like, okay, the depression, lamenting from these jealous spirits are just creating problems. Here we have the Two of Cups here, so that you can start, you know, here's a Death card. That's right, so you can send that spell work right back. So that's what I see you doing. I see you sending the spell work back. Somebody would rather be motivated and inspired by having your soul community, people who would rather pour into you instead of being around a bunch of jealous spirits, because you just going along with the flow, right? You just like inspiring, motivating, just going instead of creating a schedule and sticking to the schedule, so that while you're out in the air as an air sign, right? Out in the air, so say, oh, that's right, you got to do this. Oh, that's right, don't forget that. Source is talking to you. That's right, you got to do this, you got to do that, right? Right? Stick to your schedule, right? You're dealing with some very jealous energies. Very, very jealous energies. All right, so you can be successful. All right, so, all right, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. Let's pull this one last card and let's go ahead and close it out. Very jealous energies. I feel some kind of way. Here we have 8. There it is. Successful. I am successful, right? So your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and you're capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. There it is. 8. All right. That's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. All right. That's what I have for you, Geminis. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.